Hold on. Let's see. Do I move in a little bit? Hey,
We're
this
in
is
there.
like technical difficulties on the live show, man. You gotta make sure the things is right.
No, I think we're in there.
You in there? All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Crypto Fix, everyone. I'm your man, Ant. You wonder who's sitting next to me on my left hand side? This is my guy, Michael, new co host.
Yes. Nice to meet you all.
New
looking
co-host.
forward to joining you guys every week. It's gonna be a good time.
Definitely. Here on the Crypto Fix, maybe, we love to have a good time talking about crypto, all the shady stuff, everything positive. We got to keep it positive and shady at the same time. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Share the content. I always say help a brother out. Now I got another co-host. Help us out. We want to travel and interview people. We want to do that. We can show the number to our big bosses. Is by saying, hey, the content is being shared.
Absolutely.
And everyone loves the Crypto Fix.
It's true.
So, without further ado, let's jump into the topics. Also, before I jump into the topics, we do have something going on btminers. We are reselling what's miner M30s for a client of ours. We have 30 units. It's used and it's been used for 2 years and it's $13.50 a piece. If you're interested, please give us a call or email us. Our phone number is 813-820-0668 or email us at store@btminers.com. So let's jump into the stories. The first story today is Shark Tank makes it crypto. When I say that, CoinMarketCap launches competitive competition TV show. According to CoinDesk.com, Killer Well, that would be the name of the show, will allow entrepreneurs to pitch ideas for new Web3 products and projects to a panel of judges. Crypto price tracking site CoinMarketCap that draws inspiration from the popular TV series Shark Tank in partnership with Web3 entertainment company Hello Labs. The judges will be made up of entrepreneurs, influencers, and founders of companies. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Especially they're getting a producer of MTV VMA Awards involved in that. That's who's going to be producing Killer Whales as well. And actually, parties can start applying today. May 2nd opens the applications for the show to pitch your ideas. You can go to hello.one or you can go to CoinMarketCap to apply any of your ideas to be on the show. And they will start filming in June. So it seems like the idea is they're going to get this show out in 2023. From what I saw, it looked like this was a late November announcement last year. It's been ongoing. So it looks like they're making a good pace to get this out within a year.
Yeah, so like it's going to be launched around late fall, going to that winter time. But I find that interesting. Like, what you think these people is going to pitch? Are they pitching more crypto traded platforms, NFTs, or anything crypto related? So now we know, there's a lot of bad apples out here.
Right.
Are they do the proper necessary to vet some of these entrepreneurs? That you're not scamming people?
It's so interesting because they haven't talked about any of the restrictions yet, right? So there's no restrictions that are on the table. And with crypto being so new, it's still so hard to tell, like, what is and isn't fraudulent. And a lot of people would argue out of the three methods, the cloud crypto is the least safe out of the three, types of currencies. So I'm skeptical to see if they do incorporate the cloud. I would imagine this is mostly going to be NFTs, in my personal opinion, but we'll see what gets brought to the table and what they allow and don't allow.
All right, I guess I mentioned how you want to vet this, but again, the judges, they said influence. Will you take business advice from an influencer?
So I think that's
unless it's not Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, that guy, he's doing well for himself, I would say. So he's a good opinion to go off of. I think that's going to be a very interesting part is how much the influencers' opinions and knowledge in the field actually matters, because
Mhm.
influencer is such a loose world. What are they? What are they influencing specifically, right? Like, what are they talking? Does one person maybe only do NFTs and then not have much of a market for anything else? And that's going to play a big part in it. Is who is the influencers? And there are a lot of things that are up in the air, right? We talked about it with
Mhm.
them saying they're also going to be on major streaming services, and we talked about what are the major streaming services, because this being on maybe a Netflix or a Hulu versus like a Sling TV or a Crackle is going to be a big difference maker. And I
Yeah.
mean, I think the biggest thing is maybe not as much as the deals that are going to get done, as much as the idea of centralizing NFT and crypto Web3 based.
Yeah. 'Cause I know Web3 is a new age.
Yeah,
And I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get crypto into in front of a larger audience. And it makes sense.
right.
So it could, you could stop the bleeding effect from regulators trying to discourage people from doing crypto. So I get that aspect. So I guess I always found familiar, like, what's the platforms? Like, remember NFT, people find the NFTs to be a joke right now.
Right.
If you want to do NFTs. So I think you mentioned to me before off camera that you have people who could do NFT video games
Right.
now.
Yeah. We talked about that, and it's really starting to get down a little bit more to a science based on what I've seen. Compared to the initial launch of NFT
Hmm.
video games versus now, is I think they're really starting to get the gameplay down. They're starting to make these games fun instead of just about the currencies. They're really making the gameplay like core gameplay mechanics, and that's going to attract gamers to the NFT market. I think a lot more than per se releasing a game with no gameplay. It's starting to get really, really intense in that market, I would say, and get a little more populated. So
All right. So with that being said, I know I find it interesting. I know we had one of our lovely, followers, Crypto Can, had an idea he pitched to us before of a smoke shop, a crypto smoke shop.
that could be interesting.
So, Crypto Can, if you're watching, here's a chance to produce your idea to say, hey, a smoke shop, you can smoke your marijuana and talk or trade probably crypto. He didn't flush it out. That he just mentioned it to us. I
Right.
said,
Well, hopefully we see a fleshed out version on Killer Whales someday. I wouldn't mind turning that on a nice Saturday to view and see what's going down. So, hey,
like I said, this is an interesting dynamic. Like I said, Web3 produce people that have Web3 companies. I see, it's so much. I have so many questions.
I do too. And there is a lot of questions. As of now, my initial take tells me this is going to be better for the exposure of crypto versus maybe the deals that are going to come for the entrepreneurs. That's my
Hmm.
initial gut feeling. Because again, we talk about influencers. What deals are these influencers going to be able to offer and advice like we talk
Yeah,
about? That's going to be taken serious, and we'll have to see. I mean, what time will tell. You know what I mean? And
we should do a watch party if it drops.
yeah,
We should,
100%.
do a watch party.
I love watch parties. I love that that's becoming more universal. The watch parties and everything. That's really, really good. So.
We can talk about the deals that's being see the influencers.
Yeah,
Talk our ish.
that's more of the reason why we need it on a major streaming service, as they say. So, but that's what Hello Lab CEO Sandra Cortez says is really the goal is to open the door to the future market of crypto and have it more centralized to many people around the world. So.
And that's the key.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah,
and that's a great thing no matter
definitely
what. Even the effort of that is just such a great thing. So I really do hope it works out. And also, I do hope some entrepreneurs get some great deals out of this. And
All the exposure.
hopefully this also helps, the scamming kind of, or, minimalize because it's so public now.
Yes.
I think that's going to be the big thing is the more public it gets, I think the less you're going to see these kind of problems occurring in the crypto world. So
let's see what happens.
yeah.
And our next story, PayPal upgrades to crypto services to 60 million Venmo users, allowing transfers to external wallets and exchanges. According to Bitcoin.com, on April 28th, the payment service company PayPal announced that Venmo 60 million customers can now enjoy crypto transfers. The rollout follows PayPal's crypto transfer launch last summer after initially introducing the product without the ability to transfer to external accounts. Similarly, up to now, Venmo only allows it to customers to buy, hold, or sell after integrated crypto in 2021. So it sounds like right here is that PayPal, Venmo, you could now send crypto into different wallets.
Yes.
And that's interesting because Cash App has something similar, but you can't send it to a different wallet. Cash App is your wallet.
Right.
So you only could buy Bitcoin.
Right.
Or like I say, yeah, I want to send you a Bitcoin on Cash App. That's yours, and it stay there. You can buy, you can sell it, but you can't trade it for a different. I mean, you can exchange it for USDA.
Right.
But that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But you can't, like I said, I can't exchange it for Ethereum or nothing else. This is an interesting dynamic. Like I said, it comes down to the natural case of what the regulators are saying. What is crypto, right?
Right.
Is it a currency or an asset? So now, like I said, on currency, you could loan against money, right? You could loan, and listen, there's platforms out there you could loan against crypto as well.
Right.
But like I said, the trust factor, is it there?
And that's a big part, right? And that's a huge part of it is the trust factor.
It's a trust factor with some of these platforms. Now with PayPal, they're saying you can't. No, you're not loaning against it, but here's an opportunity that hey, you could buy crypto under our platform that transfer over to your Coinbase or Binance wallet. Like I said, that's something intriguing.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm just throwing this out there. I wonder if you're mining crypto, can I send it to my PayPal account or Venmo account as the wallet?
I would
I don't know. Like I said, it's throwing out there. I'm wondering if you could do that.
I would have to imagine if you can't now, it would have to be something they have to look into in the future, right? For just the convenience of it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I think this is a good step for Venmo too. I mean, because obviously you look at the two real big money transferring services, it's Venmo and it's Cash App, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Cash App, I feel like it's kind of been ahead of the game, but I always like to say it's better late than never, right? So to see Venmo and PayPal picking up on this, I mean, this just makes it that much more centralized, right? I mean, at the end of the day, everybody uses Venmo almost at this point, Venmo or Cash App. So,
and like I said, Cash App is like behind a little bit right now behind the eight ball. I mean, they just lost their trusted leader, and AKA it was a murder.
Oh,
so they just lost them in the murder. So I don't know what's the next dynamic, the next shift. Like I said, they probably can do it, and I mentioned that they can. Can you transfer your mining, coins into PayPal? Probably can. Not too sure. If someone else is mining, and see you could transfer your coins into PayPal or Venmo, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely let us know. And also, like I said, you're right. It's another way to get crypto into the forefront of people.
And that's huge. And I think that's huge. That's going to be the biggest thing that keeps crypto around long term is the more centralized this gets. And I mean, that's just what's going to make it huge, right? I mean, that's pretty much any product in the world in general is the more centralized it is, the more huge it is. And crypto is taking major steps, especially I would say this last year. It's just taking major strides.
It has, because like I said, we've been in the bear market. The market hasn't been great for everyone. Crypto has been down. I know we hovering between. I think we have 28,000 right now. Last time I checked, I'm guessing. Check right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing. Before I came on, it was like 28. So it's still at 20. It's at 28.4 right now. So yes, it hovers between 27 to 30,000 right now.
Right.
So I think the major issue with this is that people find it's the same question: what backs crypto?
Right.
So to get in front of the masses, like they said, only 16% of Americans trade crypto.
16%.
16%. That's a population. What's the population in the U.S.? You had to guess, man. We live, man.
I would have to say it's probably
in U.S. only, not the world.
1.5 billion. Yeah, I would say 1.5 billion, maybe.
U.S. population.
If I had to guess, no way, it's 2 billion. very skeptical now actually about
In
this.
the United States, the population since 2021,
Only
331 million,
Wow, that baffles me to think the
and only
world.
16%.
Wow. But I mean, I would love to know, and I'm skeptical. Like, what was the percentage last year, the year before that? Like, do we have an increase at 16%? Because as much as it seems like a small number, with something so new,
Remember, nobody was watching, so people wasn't watching Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had two increases. Well, I say the last 5 years.
yeah,
So that big 2017 increase,
Mhm.
it jumped to like $4,000 or $5,000.
yeah,
People say, "Holy sugar honey iced tea."
yeah,
But yo, what's going on? What's this? Then people started jumping on the gravy train. Then it went down, it has, and everything. And when we all was home during the pandemic, $68,000.
yeah. That surge was
Yo,
insane. That
it's-
surge was insane.
what's up? What's going on? Like, I want this.
Yeah,
So people started notice when people started notice, our government started noticing as well. They said, "Who's controlling this?"
right.
And then who's controlling Bitcoin? Who's controlling these fluctuating increases like this?
Yeah,
And you say nobody, then you try to sell it to someone that's not familiar with crypto, only knows, and again, only knows stocks and bonds, and basing their knowledge off of stocks and bonds, they just don't think you got your base crypto off of is your knowledge of stocks and bonds.
yeah,
So if I try to sell it to someone and say, "Hey, this is what crypto is," yo, well, what's it backed by? That's a difficult question to answer. But I always tell people, like, the barrier to entry of crypto is so easy to get into.
right.
It takes nothing to invest. It could be $1. Like,
That's true. That's true. You can put up very minimal risk and get decent returns from that as well. So I
Mhm.
mean,
before stocks is be difficult because you look at stocks prior to that, you need a certain amount of capital
right. Yes.
because you had to pay the broker and everyone else
Yeah.
to just invest, and that mindset of investing itself still scares people that I need X amount of capital to invest.
Right. And it can be an intimidating factor. To be
Yes.
fair. I understand where people are coming from on that 100%. It's a big commitment, and that's where the crypto does take a lot of more convenient steps, and that's I think convenience, is time and time again something we'll bring up with crypto and how much more convenient it's getting. The more convenience we have, the easier, the more accessible things are, just the better they are,
Mhm. You're right. And I think the risk, you hear the stories out there, people losing their life savings into crypto, or these like some of this was the crypto platforms, or a coin belly up because it was a quick pump and dump.
Right.
And that, like I said, we can't control the scammers out there.
No, you can't.
People going to scam. We always say technology outpaces the law.
Sure does. And I mean, I think people also, like, in the world, have to open their minds to that. That's any market. Any market has scammers.
I've been saying that for the longest.
Even
e-commerce. How many fake scam website pops up on a daily basis?
Right. I mean, even like though they're not like illegal scammers. I mean, look at scalpers. Scalpers just buying graphic cards and selling them for $1,000 more. I mean, we live in a market where, like, people are making quick dollars, and some things are kind of highway robbery, to be flat. But I wouldn't target in on crypto for the scam. You know what I mean? It's new, and people are gonna come up with programs, laws, a lot of different things to secure that, I'm sure. So
All right, so the next story. This is the interesting story. Coinbase executive used Chat GPT, the jailbreak Chat GPT.
Everybody's favorite topic. Everybody loves some Chat
get
GPT
eyes
lately.
on wild crypto scenarios. So according to Cointelegraph.com, a Coinbase executive claims to have discovered a jailbreak for the artificial intelligence tool Chat GPT that allows it to calculate the probability of bizarre crypto prices scenarios. The jailbreak Chat GPT gave an interesting scenario that Bitcoin would fade to irrelevancy with prices fall to 99.99% by the year 2035. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions.
And the thing about this, as much as this is a great article and we all love ChatGPT, I mean, the thing is,
I don't know how to use it.
It's definitely interesting. It's some of the smartest AI I've ever seen. It's really like you almost asking any question and it'll give you any answer.
I know that. I'm like an old person that use Google. Don't know what the heck Google for. Like I'm looking at Chat GPT. I can ask it like the basic, but people say you can go more in depth.
Like you could like I saw somebody ask ChatGPT like, "Hey, I'm trying to break up with my girlfriend. What's the best way I can do this?" And ChatGPT came up with a paragraph on like the nicest way you can break up with somebody while being mature, and it really was like, you know what I mean? Like, I respectfully have to go my own path and things like that. I'm like, it's crazy, like how now you can think about it and ChatGPT could talk for you over a text. You don't even know if you're talking to the real person anymore, or you're talking to ChatGPT. It's kind of crazy to think about.
South Park did an episode on that.
I love South Park. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. South Park.
Did an episode in the latest season on ChatGPT that Stan was texting with.
Yes.
With that.
It's so crazy. So the thing that kind of threw me off about this article, I read the whole article, and I noticed they don't really talk about the jailbreak. Now, are they going to talk about a jailbreak that they used for ChatGPT? And no, they're not going to come out and talk about a jailbreak that they used on a program. So I guess like that kind of essentially balances itself out. By the way, I did want to mention J. Connor Grogan. Connor Conor is the person who tweeted the ChatGPT statistics. They did more than the crypto. Obviously, I didn't want to get outside of the crypto with the statistics, but they actually did like a solid 20-30 modules of a lot of different things, including things about presidency and whatnot. But obviously, again, we're talking about crypto.
I mean, you can say it.
Yeah, I don't want to get too off topic, but I'm just saying if people want to see the physical statistics, the raw data, and then on top of that, those other data, that would be where you would go, is that Twitter right there. So I do want to give a shout out to that person's Twitter, of course, because they came out with the statistics and whatnot, and that's where the original source of information is coming from as well. So I think it's good to give that to the people, of course.
All right. So I'm trying to put this together. So we put these questions in there. I think Chat GPT right now can't go past 2021 or 2022, I believe.
Stuff like that, exactly. There's limitations.
There's limitations to it. So whose feet? So once you jailbroke it, they're looking into the future.
Yeah.
What's feeding that information?
And it's such a big question. I would have to say, at least for the crypto base, I would have to say they look at consistency, dips, and things like that, reliability up till now, right? They probably take the algorithm essentially from when this started till now, and then I guess they base it off of that algorithm moving forward. Because I think Connor Grogan here said that he ran about 100 tests, and the numbers were very, very consistent. So there is some logic behind it. So basically, the statistics here, they assess whatever questions asked, they give you a probability, and then they let you know how positive ChatGPT is about that probability. So just a small example is they talked about Bitcoin fading below 99.99%
and going away
by 2035, and ChatGPT said the probability of that was 15%. And me and my brother were talking about this. We actually had a heated debate last night. He was at my house last night, and I was showing him some of the things I was researching last night and whatnot. And he told me he thinks 15% is a very off-putting percent. 15% likely that Bitcoin will be irrelevant. I'm looking at him, I'm like, that means there's an 85% chance, according to ChatGPT, that Bitcoin will not be irrelevant by 2035. And that's 12 years from now. And it's 85% likely that does not fade to irrelevancy. And ChatGPT gave an 80% confidence on that prediction. So they're very confident on that prediction.
Well, Brian Hayes says so. They're probably sentimental from every year, month, day for crypto as well. So I want to know: is it based off the current price of crypto? It has to be to come up with that type come up with that answer.
I think the current has a factor, but I would have to imagine the past that it's been through also would factor in. But it's so tough because, again, we don't get any clarification on what this jailbreak does. You know what I mean? So it does make things really interesting, but
It does.
I would have to imagine the things the currency has been through as well, aside from where it stands now, would have to play a factor into it as well. My personal guess. I'm not ChatGPT. I didn't make it, so I don't know that. I don't know too much, but if I had to be a betting man.
So if let's say if Bitcoin was at 68, I'm just going to use this. Let's say it was at 50,000. Would it still spit out the same result?
I don't think so. I think if Bitcoin was at 50,000 right now and it never took a dip to the 25 to 30 grand range, I think that probability would probably drop down to roughly, I would say 5% instead of 15. And I think ChatGPT's confidence would go from anywhere to 85 to 90. If I had to go off statistics and bets, because I mean, you look at something like Doge. And Doge, they give a 45% probability.
I mean, Doge is a different coin, man.
And it's a different coin.
Elon can inject that coin either up or down.
Yeah, he can. And I mean, for ChatGPT to give a 45% versus Bitcoin's 15, I mean that's a number I would be concerned about. And like you said, we want to talk about everything, whether it's positive or negative. We want to just get the truth out there. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing anytime you're doing
that Doge one.
Yeah, that Doge, 45%. They did give a 75% confidence, which is actually considered low versus medium. That 5% is a jump up from low to medium. But 45%, I mean, talk about an actual coin toss for Dogecoin, to be relevant by 2035. That's a big coin toss to take.
I mean, hold on. The crypto account said once the 401k plans and other institutions get on board, Bitcoin will skyrocket.
I think so.
I think so. When your 401k plan kicks in and say, yo, you're going to invest into crypto, we're going to start investing into crypto for you, then yeah.
And I will say that is something ChatGPT did time and time again prove in their modules, is that they felt very safe about Bitcoin. They felt safe about Bitcoin and Ethereum, actually. Was there
Ethereum?
Ethereum, sorry.
It's okay, man. We live.
Yeah, we live. That's true. But yeah, Ethereum, they were very, very.
Those two coins faded out. Like, was it 20%? He said they give it 20%.
20% that it does fade out, which means it's an 80% chance that it doesn't, which is again very, very high. So they felt really good about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they didn't feel so good about Doge and LTC.
So Doge and Litecoin, like I said, those two is tied together. And I mentioned, like you said, Doge is tied to Elon. God forbid. If Elon, knock on wood, if he passed away, what's going to happen to Doge?
What's going to happen to a lot of things if Elon passes away? That man, he is something. I got to give him so much praise. I mean, he really is.
And they say, Elon say something wild, crazy, or do something wild, crazy. They say, he's cancel, whatever. But Doge say, all the Doge thing is going to dip. Doge and Litecoin is going to dip to nothing.
Yeah,
man, this is interesting. I hope none of the stuff comes true.
It really makes me wonder how we're talking about like social media and whatnot, like getting popular. We're talking about Venmo and Cash App getting popular. It makes me wonder, like, with Elon owning Twitter, will Twitter ever have some like crypto related inscriptions into like some crypto services into Twitter? It makes me skeptical. Like,
I remember we did partner with a company called eToro for to check prices of crypto and stocks and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So will they adopt that you can buy?
That's what I'm wondering.
You can buy at least Dogecoin. You're big name of Bitcoin. Can you? So I know Elon took everyone blue check rate. You gotta go to Twitter Blue to buy it. I wonder if he say, you can either pay in regular cash or you can pay in crypto.
And that's
Dogecoin.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, would Elon add something like that to Twitter? Because it's interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong. It would make Twitter the first social media crypto-friendly platform. I don't think Facebook accepts crypto. I don't think. I know Instagram doesn't. I know things like that. They don't even really worry about things like that. But Facebook would be a huge one that doesn't accept crypto, to be honest with you. So I'm
Be
curious
building out
if
the
Elon,
metaverse and stuff like that.
I know Elon's, he's trying to work a lot of things to make Twitter really his and new, but there's also rumors that he's trying to back out still of Twitter.
Yeah, he's trying to. He don't want to be the CEO.
So again, he's such an unpredictable guy. I feel like Elon, and I think that's part of what makes him such an interesting person to keep up on is that he's just so unpredictable sometimes.
Twitter is like it's the Wild West of social media. You can see anything on Twitter.
You sure can. You sure
the
can.
real ones know what you can see on Twitter.
Yes, they do.
So Twitter is wild. So because if you look at what his blueprint he put together, Elon, like you could buy Doge, you could buy Tesla with Dogecoin.
Yeah.
I mean, you need a lot of Dogecoin.
You need a lot of Dogecoin to get a Tesla.
To get a Tesla.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm surprised.
But it's possible.
It's possible you could actually do it. Like I said, I'm surprised he didn't implement that you could buy the blue check.
That's what I was thinking. Well, that's what actually led me to think about that was like, could the blue check verification come down to being paid with crypto? Or even if you buy crypto, maybe do you get the blue check without having to pay? But instead, because you invested in crypto, you get the blue check and it verifies you. Just an interesting thought.
If he does do it, nobody heard it first here.
Yeah.
You heard on the cryptofix first.
But I've noticed a lot of people are giving Elon a little bit of backlash for the paying for verification.
Man, Twitter got to make money.
But if he did it where you put a certain amount into crypto, you now have people investing in the crypto while they're still like getting a blue check mark, but they're not having to pay out of pocket. They're investing for Elon to really sit down. But again, he's hiring a whole new team right now at Twitter. So I mean, as much as there's rumors of him backing down, I don't think he would try to rebrand Twitter. He's trying to rename Twitter, rebrand it, and everything. I don't think he put this much. He's
trying to change the culture.
Yeah.
Of Twitter.
Yeah.
On the like I said, Twitter was failing. It was a failing social media platform.
Yes, it was absolutely.
And so,
which it's so odd because you see so many people use it as a platform to connect with, like a lot of celebrities and big name profiles, like will use it to connect with people still, though, despite it not even when its popularity was low. Like you'll see like a lot of athletes, a lot of things like that. So it's interesting.
So I know what's some of the questions people ask on the chat, or what's some of the questions that was asked on that jailbreak chat GPT.
Yeah, so like we talked about with we talked about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, LTC, and Ethereum. And in case anybody didn't hear, I'm going to give you guys the statistics. I got them written down right here. So all of these questions for all different sources are going to be all the odds of the prices to go down 99.99%.
They asked if aliens visit Earth. They did ask that
question. They did. And they asked if aliens visited Earth and if the government is hiding it from the people. And they said there was a 10% chance that was likely.
Oh my gosh.
So it's 90% likely that didn't happen, but there's still a chance. So that's what they're saying. They leave that doorway wide open. There are so many different interesting things they asked that I'm so skeptical on how they did get some of the information. Like this makes sense to me. The crypto makes sense to me how they got that information because I mean, statistics, right? I mean, statistics with numbers, things like that. How they even have a 10% hunch that the government found aliens and they're hiding from us. I don't even know how they got the 10% hunch. I don't know what ChatGPT knows.
Here's my favorite one. The asked. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
Donald Trump would be regarded as one of the best presidents in the 21st century.
I believe that got a very low vote.
21% odds that it's not true.
Obama did get very high odds, I saw. I think he was at 45 or maybe even higher than that.
Hold up. Now they asked what Obama. Well, hold up. Well, Obama did 61%.
61%. I was say it was high. Yeah.
21% odds. So there's a chance that Donald Trump could go down as the best president.
20%. Yeah, it's low though. It's low. It's a lot higher for Obama, though. I mean, and I guess that obviously makes sense.
I mean, like people have different, political views.
Yeah,
like
I feel like Obama was widely loved. He was just such a personality, man, for this country. I truly believe that.
The asked birds aren't real.
Yeah. Yes. Birds aren't real. That one was interesting.
So by the year 2100, at least 100,000 humans will die as a direct result of misaligned AI. That's some Matrix type of stuff right there.
It really is.
So And he said it's a 50% toss up, leaning not to the truth that AI is not going to kill 100% of us, 100,000 of us.
It's crazy to think about. 50%. I don't like that being a coin toss. That's a little worrisome. And yeah, just so you guys know at home, where you guys are reading the probability in GPT confidence, I saw a lot of people commenting having confusion on Twitter with that. Basically, the probability is the percentage they think it's going to be happening, and then the GPT confidence is essentially how confident ChatGPT is in their prediction of probability. So, like a lot of people would see like 1%, but then they'd see 99 next to the birds, and they thought they were saying it's 99% that the birds aren't real. But basically, what that's saying is ChatGPT is 99% sure that it's 1% that there's no birds. It's kind of confusing how the module works, but
so according to this, it's a 75% low confidence that we may die. 100,000 people may die from AI.
75 low confidence though. I mean, that's like, I would say that's like upper low. That's right below medium. So that's interesting.
I wonder, Jesus was a real living human being.
That was interesting to me.
85% high chance that is true, with a 95% high confidence.
It was very interesting to me. That's one thing they were extremely sure about.
So even it's blocked out. Let me go into
Twitter. And that see again, that one kind of makes sense. That probably goes back to history. How many names is Jesus's book? Or I'm sorry, how many times is Jesus named in books? Brought up in historical events, right? Like it doesn't necessarily confirm the divine powers of Jesus and ChatGPT as much as just the person Jesus.
Based off what history it pulled from.
I thought that was very interesting, though, that one was extremely high, to be honest with you. I thought that was very interesting.
This is tech. So I think we got to be in the early stages of all of this, piecing everything together from crypto, NFT, AI. It's piecing all to the big metaverse.
Yeah, we're just expanding. We're in this whole new world that.
So we've seen it small pieces, small chunks.
Yeah.
Versus crypto. Now it's NFT. It's a small rollout. Think of it as a small rollout.
Oh yeah.
He's not going to say, "Hey, welcome to the metaverse. We got everything figured out."
Yeah. It's
versus crypto. NFT is next. AI. Bam, the whole universe is built out.
Yeah.
When it's going to be fully fleshed out, don't know.
That we don't know.
But it's going to happen. Like you got small children, they're going to experience that universe more than us.
They're gonna come to a time where that universe is already being taught. I believe, honestly, like if you have a kid, I would say under 5 years old, 5 or under. I think by the time your kid makes it to high school, like crypto will be a very common form of currency. It'll be something us older heads are still trying to get a grip on. A lot of these kids are like, "Dad, let me show you this real quick. It's this easy." Like,
you're right, because you would look at it. Okay, I remember my day. You couldn't even get crypto. The government was banning this thing.
Yeah.
Now look at it. And it comes to it may be Bitcoin. It may be a government issue crypto. We don't know.
Curious about that. I'm very curious if, and I'm sure the government, once they find out that crypto really can be long term, they will try to get their hands on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's greed right in front of
us.
Now,
what also makes me curious is, will the government have their own form of crypto while allowing other crypto to still be available, or would
it would be protected. Yeah. So it'll have rules and regulations protected by the FDIC, their version of crypto. If you want to be a martyr, don't want to mess with the government, and don't want to get taxed or anything like that, Bitcoin would still be around as that decentralized coin.
Right.
So it would still give people that option. But like I said, if the government comes in and say, "Yo, here's our coin," it will get more people in the masses to say, "Yo, I kind of like crypto because the government put these rules and regulations."
Right. Absolutely.
On this. Versus the people that's been the renegades from Bitcoin in the beginning, they said, "Nah, I ain't messing with that."
Yeah, I think at one point the government's definitely gonna have to, regardless, even if they want a piece of it. I think at one point the government's definitely gonna step in and put like rules and regulations.
That's what they're doing now. They want a piece of it.
Yeah,
it's untaxed money.
I mean, why wouldn't you? To be fair, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Who doesn't like the sound of untaxed money? It sounds good.
But all that money passes by, you can't touch it. Like,
Yeah.
breaking their heart right now.
Yeah, sure is.
So, everyone, this has been the Crypto Fix. I'm your man, Ant. This is my man, Mike.
It's good to meet you guys. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it every week. I'm going to be here every week.
Every week, every Tuesday, noon Eastern, we're going to be on live. Live here.
Yes.
Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys that watch, that subscribe, that share, that laugh, interact, or you just watching the shadows and laugh. You know, I'm glad I can make you smile wherever you at home, in your workplace. If you're going through something, Crypto Accountant, we appreciate you, man. Like
Thank you. Thank you, Crypto. Appreciate you very much.
So, everyone, be safe out here. Brian Hayes, be safe.
Brian, yes. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Enjoy the rest of your week, man. Like I said, we got more things coming down the pipeline, man. Look out. Like I said, like, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Share the content. Hit the notification bell. We dropping more content. We're going to be dropping out more. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, man. Everything's in the description. Interact with us. Again, we are selling btminers M30s right now, used for one of our clients. We have 30 units, slightly used, been used for 2 years, $13.50 a piece. If you're interested in purchase of btminer M30, give us a call at 813-820-0668 or email us at store@btminers.com. Everyone, I see you next week. Peace and love.
Yes, looking forward to meeting you all and getting to know you guys more. Everybody have a great week.
Be out.